Good afternoon, I am Adventure Argonaut, and this is Friday the 13th. Not the game or the movie, this is Murders on Yangtze River, but it is Friday the 13th today, so I hope it's gonna be a bloody day. At least we are solving a murder here, and we should be getting close to the solution, because yesterday's stream already we uncovered a lot of information and stuff. So let's just get my streams and chats and stuff in order, and we are ready to resume the investigation. Investigation of investing. Alright, my streams look good and functional. Okay. Yeah, let's play the game. So, how did the suspect leave? After the incident, only have opened the conveyor doors once. After the incident, only had opened the conveyor doors, so the suspect probably left through it. The splashes of molten steel make it impossible to pass through the stairs in front. For a long time after the incident, the conveyor door was the only way to leave the second floor. Shen, I understand now. There are only three possibilities. The murderer was Old Lee, someone Old Lee covered for, or someone left the scene after Old Lee. Identity of the suspect. Shen, doesn't this mean that the person who didn't arrive at the scene immediately after the incident is the most suspicious? That is true. Even if the person is not Old Lee, they would be someone who is quite familiar with Old Lee. That is why he could predict Old Lee's behavior and use it to his advantage to carry out the plan. See, maybe it still is a thing like the... let's read this first. We have already examined all the places that could investigate it within the ironworks. It is time to ask Deputy Administrator Lee to gather everyone for a discussion. So yeah, I think it's still possible because we found blood trails here that perhaps, like, it would seem that somebody was murdered here. But maybe it wasn't Ting. Maybe it's still possible that Ting faked his own death, and like maybe he killed somebody else here and dressed him up to look like him, and then dropped him into the ladle, into the molten steel. Well, let's see what we uncover. By gathering us all here, I'm sure Mr. Shen has come to a conclusion. There's no time to waste. Please begin right away. I like his attitude. So, deduction. Through investigations, we can confirm that the death of Foreman Ting was the result of a murder. The furnace area where Ting's falling incident occurred was actually the secondary crime scene. The murderer used a mechanism to make Ting jump into the ladle, staging a suicide. The presumed disappearing railing was actually a fake railing that was made from rubber. You found a batch of hard rubber blocks in the warehouse as well as traces from processing them. This kind of vulcanized rubber won't easily deform at room temperature, but when molten steel flows out, the rubber will gradually soften due to burning heat. The softened rubber railing wouldn't be able to sustain any weight at all. Ting's falling caused an explosion, burning up the rubber railing, which disappeared completely. The grayish-white powder we found on the site was the residue from the burning rubber. Those rubber blocks belong to Hubei Arsenal. Start here temporarily. Who knew that it would be used by someone with ulterior motives? This proves that the murderer knows the warehouse inventory like the back of their hands. After the incident, Only could not withstand the heat and opened the conveyor door. So the murderer had to do was to take the elevator after Only left to make their getaway. If the murderer was on the second floor the entire time, how come Only never noticed him? That's because they were able to find a perfect hiding spot. The murderer must have hid in this location. So what is this location? I predict that we will have to make a deduction. So I will save. Is the iron heap, right? Because there's the tarp. I think that's... There's a sheet of dust cover at the time the murderer hid underneath it along with the body. The murderer looks so happy again. Well, it is Friday the 13th, so you should be happy to murder. The furnace charger would have found them once he went to shovel materials. It takes 8 hours to purify steel in a furnace. Iron is required in the beginning, after that only subsidiary materials are needed. Yes, that's right. There's no need for me to go back after I shoveled the iron. This murderer is quite familiar with steel-making process. Based on what Mr. Shen said, wouldn't it be easier to say that Only was the murderer? That's true. He's the only person in the second floor. It would be easy for him to hide a body. Wasn't me. Just like putting a kangi on an innocent man, I've been wrong. What is a kangi? Mr. Shen, you know this more than anyone else. It really wasn't me. Considering this piece of evidence, I believe that Only was not the murderer. He was like out with this guard somewhere, so yeah, I think that's the evidence. Evidence. Describe a uniform. Is this because this crane was moved while he was outside, right? Is it this one? This evidence can prove that Only is innocent. Does anyone shoot a connection? Okay, that was the wrong one. Can't we have like the testimony of the guard? Did I miss it? Hubei province. Wasn't the robber also from Hubei? I don't know if it matters. Uniform. This discarded uniform. This new uniform stained with rust was discarded by someone and left in the warehouse. Only the chest and knees areas of the uniform were stained extensively with rust. Rust only appears on the heap of iron scrap. It suggests the wearer lying on his front in the iron heap. If only was the murderer, there was no need for him to hide the iron heap in the iron heap. Indeed, his job is there anyway. It's not unusual for how lead is stained with rust. Indeed, a person who doesn't usually wear a uniform is more likely to do so. Which means the murderer most likely isn't the worker. Yet they are familiar with the inventory in the warehouse and the steelmaking process. Miss Wen, being able to forge a suicide note should also be taken into consideration. Oh, of course. The murderer not only can write, but is also capable of imitating others' handwriting. It appears that Shen has come to a conclusion. Please identify the murderer as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah, so number slot 1 again. Going around. So who's the murderer? I think maybe still is the alleged victim. Because yeah, it's not just some random worker, it's not any of these. Like so is it one of these? I guess they're like might be quantified as suspects or qualified. Mr. Robinson. Oh, then is it Mr. Robinson? Yes to you, Mr. Robinson. Guess I'll try if it's Ting Feng. Did he kill himself? The murderer was Foreman Ting. Foreman Ting murdered Foreman Ting. What do you mean? Jenny Foreman Ting murdered Foreman Ting. That means Foreman Ting committed suicide. That seems right. Let me reconsider. Okay. I'm still not convinced that he's not the killer. Then Mr. Robinson. Yes to you, Mr. Robinson. The murderer was Robinson. He's familiar with the steelmaking process, had a dispute with Foreman Ting. He doesn't need to wear worker's uniform, so he had to change him into one to hide in the heap. However, Mr. Robinson don't speak at and writers with Shakespearean accent. Yangtze for there's no way he could just read a suicide note like Yangtze. He has no fixed working hours. He was out attending a banquet last night and has just arrived. I'd often believed Dion he had an alibi. I see, I was negligent in my judgment. I shall think it again. Appears that okay, we didn't lose any hit points. Then is it Hoshu Heng? Prime suspect of this case is you, Mr. Ho. Supervisor Ho does meet all the conditions, especially one about imitating handwriting. Xu Heng, what is the meaning of this? Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Shen is probably mistaken. If Foreman Ting was murdered, the murderer had to drag his body to the second floor. I'm just a feeble scholar, so it would have been impossible for me to do so. That would not be so difficult, as long as you used this for support. I sort of think that this guy has been framed. The crane hook. After charging materials into the furnace, Oatley usually takes a break from work for 1 hour. You knew about Oatley's habit, so you took advantage of Oatley's absence. Started the crane hook, then transported the corpse to the second floor furnace area. If Mr. Shen thinks I'm the murderer, then fine, go ahead and regard me as the murderer. Shuhan, I entrusted him to investigate this case. It's his duty to report suspicious people. If you have any objections, it would be best that you prove your innocence. You do not need to force Supervisor Ho to prove his innocence, Mr. Deputy Administrator. Since I suspect Supervisor Ho, naturally I will provide evidence to prove it. A gentleman should not be humiliated. There's no need for hypocrisy, Mr. Shen. In that case, would Mr. Ho be willing to have a debate with me? True gold does not fear fire. I shall not succumb to your injustice. I regard you as prime suspect. You're the most consistent with the features of the murder. I read the book System of Logic. Deductions need to be logical. All features of the murder are summarized before. If you insist that these are the characteristics of the murderer, I do indeed fit the requirements. However, that just doesn't mean that I must be the murderer, right? I don't know. You're overgeneralizing based on only 2 features, Iron Maiden and sturdiness. There is no way to complete deduction can be made. Aren't you the same, Mr. Shen? Haven't you heard the story of the blind field, the elephant? To react to someone with clear-sighted. But how am I wrong? So-called features of the murderer that you claim of are just pieced together by rumors and sayings. There's no logic behind it all. You're the one who is actually overgeneralizing. No, false equivalence. People are people and steel is steel. There is a complexity to the actions of people. Characteristics are reflected, cannot be possibly compared with steel rails. Mr. Shen, I just want to know, so you think that anything sturdy and iron made is steel rail? Of course, not at all things, but consequently, not everyone knows the warehouse and arrives latest than the murderer. There's a big difference between people and steel, even so. Difference between people are in endless varieties, all of the various features of the murderer you listed. That is just one of the many possibilities. But identifying someone as the murderer with only a few possibilities, isn't that too rash? Okay, misinterpretation. Mr. Ho, you are refuting covert replacement of my proposition. What I said was the prime suspect, not the murderer. A man with features of the murderer is not necessarily a murderer. The murderer must be among those who meet such features, or people who meet these characteristics are all suspects of being blah blah blah. The blurting word suspect and murderer. You're the one who is misleading. Your so-called deduction is all speculation based on testimony. There's no evidence to prove that murder actually occurred. Blood stain in the office? I'm able to confirm because we found blood stains in the office. This is the actual primary scene of the crime. How could this be? A full-made reagent that glows when it interacts with blood. Does such a reagent really exist? How come you're bluffing? Mr. Lawson, these are investigation process. I can test it again right in front of you. Even blood stains from a long time ago can be detected. Long time ago? Maybe. You're absolutely right, little Apple. Those could be traces from a long ago, considering that how can you be sure a murder happened last night? Switched out blueprints. I'm able to prove the time the bloodstain breaks in continuity when it reaches blueprints. No bloodstains were seen on the wall behind blueprints either. This proves the blueprints on the wall were switched out by someone. The missing section exists on the switched out blueprints. And the blueprints were switched out last night. So that doesn't prove anything. Who knows if the blueprints had bloodstains from a long time ago. In my memory, those two blueprints were smudged and dirty anyway. You still have yet to realize the crux of the matter. I can determine when the blueprints were switched out because yesterday evening, Miss went to the photo of the office. The photo was on the wall were old blueprints. There were no bloodstains on them at all. This means blood spilled last night. You have silver tongue, Mr. Shen. I admit defeat. So you're pleading guilty? That's not the case. All I did was lose the debate. Where's the crime in that? Moreover, the debate we had just is entirely based on assumption. What assumption? That little Alpha's reagent is actually able to detect bloodstains. I studied chemistry at the Ironworks School and I have also read countless foreign books. I have seen a number of fluorescent dyes, but I've never heard of a blood detection reagent. It's possible that it's just a street trick like changing the color of water or something. How is my reagent just a street trick now? It's mainly composed of luminol and hydrogen peroxide. Iron in blood can catalyze the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide to generate monooxygen. Monooxygen has oxidized luminol, that's what makes it glow. You should understand the principle behind it since you have read books. I've read many books, but I don't understand. So that means the detection of blood is actually the detection of iron. Dun, dun, dun. That's right, even the tiniest amount of iron can be detected. Little Alpha, this is an ironworks. Iron is everywhere. Generally, steel ingots and iron won't give false positives, but roster iron reagents will. Foreman Ting used to conduct experiments in the office that even resulted in explosions. It's also possible that some reagent containing iron was splashed at the time. Well, that could be possible, but the pattern of the blood stain, you can't even be sure that they are bloodstains. What's there to say about the pattern? It's hard for Mr. Shen's deduction to convince me. Shu Heng also has certain truth to his words. Your Honor, in my humble opinion, all of Mr. Shen's deductions are just his mere assumptions. Your Honor, murder is a serious crime. This matter shall never be handled carelessly. It would be inappropriate to act with undue haste. Shen, it's my fault for being thoughtless. Reagent containing iron will indeed cause luminol to glow. Howell insists that the murder didn't take place and Mr. Lee seems like he's almost convinced now. What should we do? We need to think of another way to prove it. The corpse or bloodstains aren't being taken into consideration. What else is there to prove? A murder weapon. Once a murder weapon is identified, we can prove that this was homicide. You're the best, Shen. You got an idea right away. But how can we find a murder weapon in such a short amount of time? The suspect is so cunning that they must have already destroyed the murder weapon. All contact-linked traces evidence is not non-existent but instead undiscovered. All objects and images settle in different locations sequentially. This figure actually looks quite familiar. Something that could leave such a large blood stain should be the murder weapon, right? The round blood stain. It's clear to me the murder weapon was... Oh my god, I lost hit points. I don't like this, but I guess just have to carry on. The murder weapon was... symbol. What? Coins? Is it the money bag? Is it the same symbol, this one and this one? But why would it list? Let's see if it's the silver coins. The murder weapon was silver coins. Silver coins? You literally believe that money makes the mayor go? Mr. Ho, these are not just ordinary silver coins, but the wages received from you. There were 2 blood-stained symbols on the floor, one which appears to be a silver coin on the silver coin. How could a few silver coins be able to kill anyone, Mr. Shen? This piece of evidence will explain how silver coins were used as a murder weapon. This one, bloodstain. This is the evidence that those silver coins were a murder weapon. Mr. Shen is quite skilled at using circular arguments to quibble. I haven't mentioned this, or have I? Fine. Is it a picture? The key to making the silver coins murder weapon lies within this. Mr. Shen, if there's a mystery within this photo, please point it out directly. The bag. It may be impossible to kill with one coin, but a bag of coins is enough to be a murder weapon. Please see here, this is the emblem of the Hanyang Iron Works on the money bag. This is another bloodstain found at the crime scene. Its pattern is perfectly consistent with the lower half of the Iron Works emblem of the bag. But it's like, it's just an image, or is it like a, embossed image or something, like a, I thought it's just paint, but maybe it's like, sewed in, so then it would leave a mark. I guess it's something like that. After the killing, the murderer put the bloodied bag on the floor, leaving behind a trace. What money bag? What silver coins? Mr. Ho, if the money bag wasn't the murder weapon, why did you wrap the pages in a headcloth? Xu Heng, I recognize the money bag in the photo. It's indeed something you often use. I have to go check on my son. Be right back. Okay, I am back. Yeah, he's back to sleep. I guess he wanted to see his dad. He woke up for a minute and wanted to see his dad went back to sleep. Okay, what's going on? Where's your money back? Mr. Lee, Supervisor Ho suggested that you pay the wages in advance to reassure the people. And in reality it was to dispose of the murder weapon. This behavior alone is enough to show that Horseshoe Hand, you are the murderer. So it's not the dummy theory after all. Your Honor, I accidentally ripped a corner of the money bag this morning due to my negligence. To prevent the loss of silver coins, I used a headcloth to wrap around the money instead. I got rid of the damaged money bag without a second thought. You destroyed it, didn't you? Blood on the silver coins can be washed away, but the blood on the money bag can't. Blood? What blood is there? Don't forget, young boy, you're a reagent. Can determine whether traces on the floor are bloodstains or reagent containing iron. I seriously have no idea how you came to the conclusion that I'm the murderer. In the end, you have no conclusive evidence to connect this matter to me. I guess it's always the killer, a guy who looks like this, because it's also the first killer looked like him. I said it already yesterday. The only way to nail him down is to find direct evidence that proves Supervisor Ho was involved. What kind of evidence could it be? How about I help you sort out the events of this case? There's no need. I can do this myself. Review the whole case and figure out which part of the murderer's plan will leave traces. Then I need to present the evidence that proves Supervisor Ho was involved. In the office, he murdered Jing with a bag of coins and carefully cleaned up the crime scene. When old Lee was away, he used a crane hook to move the body to the second floor. Shaved rubber in the warehouse and set up the rubber railing before working hours. Once finished, he hid the iron cover with the tarpaulin, waiting for the right moment to appear. When casting began, he used a ladle to create the incident in the heated corridor. When old Lee went to check on the explosion, he hid back in the iron heap. Finally, after old Lee left, he used the elevator to flee the scene. So where does it leave evidence? What sort of evidence do we have here? We haven't used or anything. We saw Foreman sing yesterday. Steam turbine. Well, this is the head class, so I don't know if this is going to be relevant anymore. Maybe when he opens the shutter lever. What's that? There's the camera. Can't we see the other photos? Let's try this. It's probably not. You want him to plead guilty with this evidence alone? You're a man with imagination. Contact these faces. Oh, we took damage. I won't allow that anymore. No more shame on my house. Yeah, I'll overwrite. I probably have to trial and error a few times before I get this one. See, let's see, like one crime scene at a time. Like we already, well, there's bloodstains, but yeah, it could be iron reagent explosion or something like that. The oxidation reaction between the reagent are full. Is it the... It's like the rubber residue that leaves a trace at least. What is it? Let's see. See hints. Hiding the irony would leave marks on the body which might be detectable by a certain item. Okay. Yeah, well, I thought it leaves traces, but how can we prove it? Ah, okay, now. Conclusive evidence lies right upon supervisor's house person. If there's nothing else, I'll be taking my leave. Hold on. What else can I do for you, Mr. Shen? Since you insist that you did not murder anyone, to prove your innocence, could you allow Afu to test your hair and clothes? Shen Junping, you're going too far. Xu Heng, since you're innocent, why would you be afraid of a test? Your Honor, I didn't hurt anyone. It's only natural that bloodstains won't be detected on me. But I'd rather die than be humiliated. That's strange. It seems that by doing so, your innocence will be restored. The ancients were willing to break all the bones in their body to prove their innocence. You're telling me that you're afraid of a few drops of reagent, Mr. Ho? I'm completely innocent, of course. I'm not afraid. I also need a staff member in the Ironworks to take this test. Best someone who isn't a worker. Patron Ku, cooperate with them. Sure thing. I've used reagent to test Supervisor Ho and Patrolman Ku respectively. Look, Supervisor Ho is glowing. But wasn't he wearing the suit where he was hiding? I don't really understand why his clothes. Could it be that blood is detected from his clothes? Ah, because he was wearing those clothes when he killed the guy. That's impossible. I've never been stained with blood. What made the luminol glow was not blood, but in fact rust that was left on Supervisor Ho. Conclusive evidence. This is conclusive evidence. What? What are you talking about? Mr. Ho, the iron in rust will also cause the luminol to glow. This is something you yourself have been repeatedly emphasizing moments ago. There's a very crucial part of your plans. To avoid running into old Lee, you had hiding underneath the tarpaulin multiple times. All contact leaves traces. There's rusty steel scrap underneath the tarpaulin. Even if you wore a uniform on the outside, the cuffs on your sleeves, the hands of your gloves, and your hair are bound to be stains. Working at ironworks all year round, it's only normal for me to be stained with iron. I knew you would say so, which is why I asked the patrolman to act as control in an experiment. He also works in the ironworks, yet there is little or to no luminol reaction on him. How would you explain this then? Well, that's when I was making an inventory of iron ore this morning, I accidentally tripped and fell. I guess the cuffs and my hem of my shirt were dirty then. How could there be such a coincidence? Sometimes that's just the luck of the draw. Mr. Ho, how did you fall so that rust got all over your braid? I slipped and fell on my back. You just lied and gave yourself away, Mr. Ho. There's not much of a blue glow on your braid as there is on top of your head. You tricked me. This is outrageous. Mr. Ho, we can also make a comparison with the traces on the uniform. What if he wasn't wearing this uniform yesterday? Of course he didn't know that, the blood or the iron can be traced in this manner, but still. We will see if the traces on the uniform can match the traces on you. After leaving the furnace area, you had to show up as soon as possible to avoid suspicion. Then you discussed with Mr. Deputy Administrator about paying wages early to destroy the weapon. Right after Afu and I arrived at the ironworks and began our investigations. Therefore, you did not have the time to deal with the traces on your person. That was the reason why you were so flustered earlier. Confess, you have no more excuses. That's right, I did it. Xu Heng, why in the world would you do this? Xu Heng, I found a method that can improve the seal-making process. From this day on, we won't have to buy expensive coke from overseas anymore. Our cost is 1/3 lower than that of Germany and Japan, yet the quality is almost the same. Foreman Ting, you've finally done it. I've been waiting my whole life for this day, and now our railways can finally use steel rails made by ourselves. Foreman Ting, test reports from London is here. It says that the steel rails made with your new method have risk of fragmentation. Fragmentation? That's impossible. You just completed a test on the mechanical properties and there's no problems at all. I'll leave the report in the office. You can take a look for yourself. This doesn't make sense. Every segment was undoubtedly. Foreman Ting, you should take a break. You haven't slept in 3 days. This test. There must be something wrong with this test report. You can ask Mr. Robinson to test it again, however, fermenting is still because of the coke. It's time to accept reality. Mr. Lee has already decided to continue purchasing Westphalia coke. Fermenting, please understand that this is mainly due to consideration for the production time. Well, I should congratulate you then, Supervisor Ho. Fermenting, what? What do you mean? You've been fooling the entire factory for months. Tell me, how many benefits have you and Robinson received from them? Fermenting, what are you doing? Don't come near me. Fermenting. You mean, in a moment of desperation, you accidentally killed Fermenting in self-defense? Yes. Mr. Shen, what do you reckon? I don't think it's self-defense. Especially the way he, I don't know, disposed of the body and... Oops. I do not think he acted purely out of self-defense. There are There are projected bloodstains on the floor and cast-off pattern bloodstains on the wall. This shows that the murderer continued to hit Sting on the head even after he fell to the ground. Doing so was just to ensure that Formanting's death was certain. Your way of disposing the body was impossible to carry out without planning in advance. Therefore, even if you murdered Formanting impromptu last night, your murder scheme was deliberately planned. So what exactly is the truth? Formanting suggested a method of steel making that uses cheaper materials. This method reduced costs but cut off the purchaser's source of wealth. This is the reason why Supervisor Ho and Robinson colluded to falsify the test report. Persuade Mr. Lee to continue purchasing pricey coke so that they could make money from it. Ting suspected the report was false, but he failed to challenge the authority of Mr. Robinson. So he conducted experiments in the name of worshipping gods to prove the report was wrong. Yet Supervisor Ho took advantage of this as well to create the illusion of Ting's suicide. Hou Shuheng, you treacherous leech. Leech? Your Honor, I did all this for the ironworks. So what if I cooperated with Mr. Robinson and interfered with our self-inspection report? You think I'd be able to tamper with the report in London? Chemical testing, phosphorus content, standards of the process. Those are all shackles that they are forcing us to wear. Even the newspapers besmirching us are owned by them. It's the Anglos, they own all the media and finance. They're holding our lives by the neck. What do we have that could ever counter that? Hou Shuheng, have you no shame? Rights to build railways in China have already been divvied up amongst foreign lords. There's tremendous profit in every single segment. We were under the spotlight after we successfully sealed several steel rail deals a while ago. We used to be around who followed behind them, yet now you're trying to flip the table over. You think the foreign lords will allow the ironworks to continue standing in the spotlight? You. By purchasing expensive coal, you're just returning a portion of the benefits back to them. Is this how you justify filling your own pocket? This way the ironworks will survive while I can earn a little money. Way of living. You have brought me such disappointment. Have you lost your ambition to build industry in China? Ambition? Can you eat ambition or to sustain yourself? With shackles everywhere, how will we ever be able to improve the prosperity of the country? However, since the test report was falsified, that means even though you can only use low-quality minerals and cheap coal, tin did make good steel. So what? It means that foreigners aren't the only ones who can make innovations in steelmaking technology. You can't be so naive as to think that a little innovation can change the situation, can you? It's just the wishful thinking of an ant that wants to move trees. If Foreman Ting's technical innovations are really as insignificant as an ant, why would the foreign lords who speak of sabotage and falsify test reports? That. Without the accumulation of each speck of innovation, how can we compete with foreign companies? With determination, even the mountains can be moved. With unity, our nation is bound to thrive. Sounds like a fascist. I will write about Foreman Ting's story in my news report so I can inspire more people. Because, you know, fascism is the bundle of sticks together is stronger and all that. I had so many hardships in running an iron, we won't succeed if we choose to muddle along. Ho Shu Heng, a man as short-sighted as you would never understand the weight of such responsibility. Someone take Ho Shu Heng away and get Robinson in this office immediately. Okay, haunted furnace solved. Finally. It's all thanks to you, Mr. Shen, that the matter of Foreman Ting is settled. I was just performing my duties. It's not worth mentioning. It's too bad Mr. Robinson ran away. Don't let him get away with this, Mr. Lee. I promise I will do my best to deal with Robinson. Mr. Shen, I would like to have a few words with Afu in private. Would that be? Afu, I will wait outside. Afu, I thought you looked familiar ever since I saw you. Could you be the son of Mr. Shu? Huh? Do I look that much like him? Of course, being so knowledgeable at such a young age, it's quite a spitting image of him. Back when your father was the deputy administrator of the ironworks, I was just a greenhorn. It's hard to imagine what Mr. Deputy Administrator used to be like. Afu, have you seen the books in the laboratory? Yep, I read them all super attentively a long time ago. Those books were all written and translated by your father. Alas, it's a shame. God is jealous of challenge, that explosion. Your Honor, that's all in the past. Yes, people need to look forward. Don't worry, Your Honor, I'll keep passing down the knowledge of physics. Excellent. Like father, like son. Come back and visit Hanyang often, alright? This is your home. I will. Sorry to keep you waiting. There's a good smell coming off you, Shen. Sniff, sniff. Here you go. Ooh. Sesame cake. You might as well help me check to see if it's laced with any knockout drugs. Well done, sweet and crispy, no poison whatsoever. Aren't you going to eat any, Shen? I'm not a fan of sweets, moreover, Afu. Mr. Patrolman, what are you doing here? Old Cha can't find Argonaut, so he asked me to help out. Sir, you should go back and look around the courtyard. We saw Abu secretly wearing his morning's flag out to camouflage-free in the courtyard. Miss Wayne smiled and took photo of Abu when he noticed his face was as red as an apple. He insisted that he wasn't wearing slag, but actually helping the tree loosen soil. He's so stubborn, that little donkey boy. Ha ha ha. I don't. Why was he burying it? I don't really understand. Mostly, now that the case is solved, you can finally take a break. Thanks to you two, the situation has finally settled down. No one's afraid of entering the office now, right? Not at all. Everyone's saying that Formantin lives inside that statue now. Wouldn't that be a bit creepy too? Formantin will bless the ironworks too. That's one way of understanding, I guess. The helpers are willing to take over my work now, Mr. Lee allowed me to take a few days off. That's just like an old farmer entering the imperial city. There's a first time for everything. I'm going to head home and take a nap. After that, I'll still have to come and keep watch. You can't have any mistakes for something that important. Let's see if we can still go back. Let's get to the dock. Okay, ship is leaving. Alright, let's save before we go. There's still the coroner there we have to talk to. Hey, Auntie, what are you still doing here? I thought you departed, dearly departed. You rascal, what a terrible thing to say. Don't be upset, Auntie. I was just worried that you didn't have any time to rest. After all, you're the most amazing coroner across the world. Don't flatter me. Your detective is much more skillful in his abilities. I'm not worthy of your praise, Auntie. Why are you acting all modest? Even I was almost fooled during the case from before, but you were able to see through the trickery. Take a rest, Auntie. See you around. I'd rather not. What are the odds a coroner and a detective run into each other? Someone must have died. Suddenly, Kraken attacks and we have to fight him. Have you finished handling everything here? Yes, I have uncovered the truth and the ironworks will resume production very soon. He is an old friend of mine. He regards this ironworks as his own life. Mr. Shen, Golden Works Publishing House has replied to your telegram. What does the telegram say? Supervisor Acadia Fang is familiar with the book, The Confined Room Mystery, and is willing to hand Acadia Fang. That's great, Shen. Let's go to Yangtze right away. Then come on aboard. Arr. Shiver me timbers, hoist me up the plank. King's determined shadow clears up the night. The moon in Hanyang is shining bright. That's lame. Look at what is made at Hanyang today. Watch in wonder as flames burst into waves. My inspiration is flowing. Which of these should I use as the new headline? Oh no! Don't set sail just yet. This music is almost as nice as my singing or humming. I can read some of those symbols, but like I can't form them into reasonable sentences. Like flower 3, moon under something. Even today, Dazhou, Sichuan, Baoding, Hebei, Guanyang, Guizhou, Jigong Mountain, Henan. So this is the, I guess, historical, like the, railway beam. So 1902 from, I guess, Hanyang Ironworks. Still use the steel rails made by Hanyang Ironworks. Yes, that's cool. Or do they use like 100-year-old rails, or are they like, do they make new ones still? Please come in. Miss Wen, is there something you need?
我是来
I came to come. Ah.
抱歉，
I apologize for
我对
hastily
于那件最
interpreting
背
the
信的判
suicide
断太
note. I
草率。
almost led everyone astray.
文小姐不必自责。
Please don't blame yourself. Without your
若没
help,
有你的
we
帮助，
couldn't have
此
solved the case.
是啊，
Indeed,
文
you
小姐
tricked
反
Ho
诈
into
和自私这
lying
一
and
招
got him
实在是
caught.
太
That
妙
was
了。
truly brilliant.
你的写诗记才是帮了大
Your
忙，
luminal
展开了
reagent
新的
was
拓
the
展。
real game changer.
我们也算
We
是
can
不打
say
不相
we've
识了。
become acquainted through this experience.
以后有什么
If
需要
you
帮
ever
忙的，
need
尽管说。
assistance in the future, feel free to ask.
眼下就有
Right
一
now,
件
there's
事
something 'I'd
想
like
请
to
你们
ask
帮忙。
for your help with.
可是帮文小
Is
姐
it
的文
about
章
adding
补充
science
革这些
knowledge to
知识
your
的事。
articles?
其实
Actually, I'd like to interview
我
you
是
to
想
detectives. Interview?
我在筹备一
I'm
个侦探类
preparing a
的报纸专栏，
detective-themed newspaper column.
希望能借
I
此
hope to use
普
this
及
to
逻辑
promote
推理
logical
和知识
reasoning
知
and
识。
science.
可惜，
Alas,
我
most
见的
people
大
I've
多是
met
自称
claiming
侦
to
探
be
的人，几乎
detectives
都是
are
骗子。
almost always frauds.
我家先生可不
Shane
一
is
样，
different.
他
He's
是如假
genuine
包
and
换的真
reliable
侦探。
detective.
所以呀，
That's true. I
我
want to
很
turn
期
your
待能把
experiences
你们
into
的经历写
articles
成
and
报
let
道。
more people know.
这个
沈先生不用
No
有压力，
pressure.
给我
Just
讲
tell
讲你
me
们办
about
过
the
的案子就
cases
行
you。worked on.
说起案
Speaking
子，
of cases, Shen and I
我和
actually
先
met
生
through a
就是在这
case
艘
on this
船
ship.
上通过一个案子才认识的。
Oh, really?
这个好，
This one's
请展
interesting.
开说说。
Please go ahead and tell the story.
2年
It was 2
前，
years ago.
我
I killed
先生
somebody.
要不还
Shane,
是
why
你
don't you
来
go
讲
ahead
吧
and。tell the story?
那是2年
It
前
was
的
on
一
a
个夜
night 2 years ago.
我第一次登上
It
山
was
河
my
后，
first time boarding the Shanhe. It's like mountain, river, I think. Mystic Ship in Mist, Chapter 4. Okay, so this is gonna be the ship murder. It's a flashback.
大培啊，你
To
猜
play
心，
cards well, you must speculate.
当整
Once
局
you know
牌
the
面
entire
了然于
deck
胸
played from
死，
memory,
这局
this
必
game
赢。
is won.
我好像
I think I won.
糊了。
Maybe
一正
she's
经
some
扈三
card
娘，
shark
正
pretending
本
to be
美
dumb.
人去。
10 feet of blue, who's onion on the table? It's a delightful beauty.
果然又
I
是小
knew
妹赢了。
Yingchu was going to win again.
哎呦，你
Yingchu
这
is on
牌
a
有
roll.
点
I've got
的
a
呀。
stroke of bad luck. Better
哎呀，我
discard
这
this
手
hand
这
for a
次
better
错。
one.
影珠是家里的掌
Yingchu is
上
the
明
golden
珠，
child of our family. It's
不
only
自排
natural she
面，
gets lucky
什么
everywhere.
运都是。
以
Your
后啊，
luck isn't
你
half
的运
bad,
倒也蛮好的呀。
Yingzhou.
这局恰好有张小
You got
竹
to
子，
strike when the
帮
iron
你
is
除了
hot.
功夫。
Is this a cross or a dagger? What is this?
不然你那张
Otherwise,
孤零零
you'd
的
still
9
be
万
stuck
啊，
with that
咱手里头出
9
不
of
去了呢。
characters card.
大哥，
Not
东风也
everyone
不
can
是人
strike
人都
the
能
when
成
the
的，
iron is hot.
没
Those
本事
who are
的
incompetent will
泄了
only get
风也要
burned.
被灌菜地死。
If you don't have a hammer and you strike the hot iron, that's also, yeah, it's gonna get you burned.
莲希啊，
Yangtze,
求求你
Yangtze,
二
look
嫂
at your
和你
sister and
兄弟，
sister-in-law.
一个
One
会从中分，
lucky
一个
and the
运
other
道好的不
proactive.
得了。我们俩
You
呀，
better watch out,
要
or
小
else our
心，
chips will be
不然
snatched
手中的
away
头
by these
啊，
2 women.
讲什么抢不
There
抢
won't be
的，
any snatching.
该是
Just
谁
take
的
in
就
what
是
is
谁的。
rightfully ours.
大哥，
You can take
你
my
可以
chips
把我的
if you
仇拿
want,
去。
Chairman. I don't
无
mind.
妨。
Look at that
你们
Yingzhu
瞧瞧，
understands respect for
眼珠不，
seniority.
难怪阿
No
爷
wonder
生
father
前
loved
最
her
疼。
most when he was still alive.
影珠，
Yingzhu, if you're
你把
giving
你
your
的仇
chips to
让给你
Chairman,
大
why
哥，
not give
却不
some of
能
us
饶了你
too
二
as
嫂。
well?
我的仇
All
都
my
在
chips
这儿，
are here. You
你们
three
要
can
怎么
split
分
it
都行。
however you like.
带去你的玩笑话，
I was only
怎么还
joking.
当
There's no
真
need
了
to be
呢？
serious about it.
愁不愁有什么重要？
None of these
这
chips
牌
even
都是
matter. It's
缺
not
的，
even a full
只是
deck.
拿来打
We're
发时
just
间。
passing time.
也是，
8
万字没
character
的牌
cards
小
are
了
missing.
八
There's
掌，
no point in
一
playing
打
when
也没
someone is a
劲，
sore loser.
输了又有，不如玩个别
Why don't
的，
we play something
让
else?
影
Teach
珠
us how to
教我
play
们打
poker,
扑克
Yingzhu.
吧。
我哪里会
I
打
don't
什
know
么扑
anything
克
about
牌？
playing poker. Come on
影
now,
珠，
Yingzhu.
你就
Don't be
别。
modest.
昨天我帮
When
你
I
收
was
拾
cleaning
行
up your
李，
luggage
看到
yesterday,
好
I saw
几副
several
扑
decks
克
of
牌
poker
呢。
cards.
二嫂，
Yingzhu, you.
你
怎么？
What's
出
wrong?
去见
You
了
think
世
you're too
面，
good for us
瞧不上我
geezers
们这些
now
老
that you're
菜皮。
savvy? No, I don't.
碰圈的温还是抽牌扑克，
I
我
know
都
how
会
to。play draw poker.
你只
Go
管
and
把
you
牌
should
拿来。
just bring the cards on the table.
打什么西洋牌啊？胡七八糟的东西。
Swoosh shouldn't be playing Westerners games.
阿爷
Father
生
never
前也
liked
最不
these
喜
in his
欢。
lifetime.
阿爷老古董，
Father was
你
an
更是旧的
antique,
像
and
还
you're
没
so
出头。
old it's like you haven't even been unearthed.
老子， 阿爷还没入
Treacherous,
土，
going
你
against
就
Father's
起走武力
teachings
吧。
before he's even buried.
是是是，
Yeah,
大
sure,
哥
of
讲的
course,
对。
you're right. I
要
don't
我
think we
说啊，
should even be
连马
playing
吊都不该
mahjong
让。
cards.
我乏了，
I'm tired.
先
I'm
不
going
烦了。
back to my cabin.
引租，
Inchu,
等
teach me
下
how
你
to
教
play
我打
poker
扑
later.
克。
Tiaman can
大哥走
keep
他的呗
his ways, but
我
I'd
还
like to
小。
learn. Still
边喝
wearing
茶
Joseph.
边听隔壁
Still
桌的
wearing
女
this
人聊
outfit.
天，可真是有趣的经历。
Overhearing the guests at the next table while drinking tea is quite an interesting experience.
那是吴德满吴老爷、殷夫人和
Shipmate
尹珠小姐，
L,
他们都是吴大夫
like
的家人。
God in Hebrew. And that's Master Wu Teman, Madame Yin, and Miss Yinchu, first mate Wu's family members.
他们的声
I'm
音
sorry
太
if
大，
their loud
打扰到二位
conversation
了吧？
disturbed you two.
不，
What I meant was they
我的意思是，
seemed like they were
他们
talking
每个
about the
人
game when they
都像
weren't.
真叫一
It
个
was all very
花里有
tongue-in-cheek,
话，
beating around the
言
bush,
下
and
之
in
意。
between the lines.
约瑟，
Joseph,
你的
I
中文
see
进
you
步
have
很大。
learned quite a few new idioms. Few new idioms. Rain or
哪里？
shine,
只是最近
even if I learned
我
every
很热
idiom,
衷
it's
于
still
体会
nothing
汉
compared
语
to the
言的微
subtleties
妙
of
之处。
Chinese. China.
小娥，
L,
我们的船
where
行到
has
何
our
处
ship
了？
reached?
听船长
The
说，
shipmaster
前
said
面是龙王庙水域，
Lung
过了
King
龙王庙
Temple
再
is
行一
just
日，
up
就到目
ahead.
的地了。
龙王庙，
Lung King Temple?
良
Liu
心啊！
Xin, why
快
didn't
到
you
龙
tell
王
me
庙
we're
了，你
almost
怎
at
么
the
不告
Lung
诉
King
我呀？
Temple?
赶紧让你们罗
Go
船
ask
长
Shipmaster
安排人
Lo
放鞭
to
炮，
set
把
up
备好的祭
firecrackers
品
and
也拿
bring
出
out
来。
the offerings prepared.
祭品，
Offerings? How could there be any
蒸
offerings
汽
on
轮
the
上哪有？
steamboat?
还有，
I'm
这
talking
是
about
鸡肉、
chicken,
鱼肉、
fish,
猪
pork.
头
I
什么的
told you
呀。
about this
算
before
饭
we
钱我
came
明
on
明退。
board.
哎呦，
You have
你
no
是不
idea
是
what the
晓得
Lung
龙
King,
王庙龙王的
King
厉
is
害呀？ 当年
capable
我
of.
差点，
Back then I almost...
我说了没
I
有？
told you there aren't
别
any.
再讲
Enough
这
with
些
your
资料
banal gibberish.
现在
Physics
流
is
行
all the
国
rage
制
now. There's
我
no
快去
arguing
找
with
吧。
you.
那个，
Hey, you over there. Did you
我刚
hear
讲
what
的
I
话你
just
听
said?
到
Go
了？
talk to the shipmaster.
我吗？
Me? Oh, okay.
只知道是
All
个
you do is
人，
order people around.
你
Why
自己
don't you
走
go yourself?
我是
I
要在
need to
这
stay
里
here to
送
recite the
金
Diamond
金宝
Sutra to
全
ensure the
传
safety
平安。
of this ship.
小娥，你见
Now,
到
have
好
you
久了
seen
吗？
Hao Chiu?
没有啊，还没在这里。
No, he's not here.
到处都找不到。
Oh, I can't find him anywhere. I must be hiding somewhere, drinking again.
你过来搭把手。
Come give me a hand.
来了，林叔，
Coming, Uncle Ling.
吴老爷，
Master
我
Wu,
帮
I'll
了
go
梁
find
叔去找罗
Ship
船长。
Shipmaster Lo once I'm done helping Uncle Ling. Om Namita Bari Ashidi Om Maru. Namu Amina Butsu something.
Joe，
John,
你听
have
说
you
过
heard the
有关
legends
龙
about the
王庙水
waters
域的
of
传
Long
说
King
吗？
Temple?
我不太清楚。
It bothers me that it's long with two O's. That sounds weird. I'm unfamiliar. Let's see, can we change clothes? Even though, it doesn't really matter how a male character looks like, anyways. Now we can be James Bond.
我不太清楚。
I'm unfamiliar.
我在报纸上
I read
读到
about
过
it
有关
in
他
the
的报道。
newspaper, which said
说
that
那
there have been many
曾发
strange
生过许多
shipwreck
离奇的
incidents.
我们的
Our
邻
neighbor
居，
seems to
似
be
乎就是
someone
其
who has
中的经历者。
first-hand experience.
你可以代替
Could
我
you
了
learn
解
more
一下
about
吗
it？for me? I've suddenly
我突然
developed
对
a
他
keen interest in the matter.
当然，
Of course.
看来你又嗅
Seems
到了
like you
案件的
caught
气
the
息。
scent of another case.
心有灵犀，
Seeing eye to eye,
所见
great
略
minds
同。
think alike. Outrace, Talking Temple Legends, Obituary. There's an obituary on the table. Famous Huizhou tea merchant Wu Aishan passed away in Hangzhou at the age of 78. waters on the Longing Temple have had a bad reputation. Ever since countless ships capsized here, a series of bizarre tales have emerged. Yeah, Long just means dragon. Dragon King. Okay, that's a weird way of translating, because the Long is just, means dragon, but that hasn't been, it's not Dragon King, and it's not Long Wang Temple. That's weird. Anyway, rumor has it that there's a water monster in the waters. Some it looks like a white long, meaning dragon. So why can't they just translate this dragon? I'm really confused. Others, it's an open umbrella with eyes all over. There are also people who have witnessed a glowing disc floating in the sky. Well, that's a freaking UFO. A few years ago, a strange case of missing transport took place here as well. For more information on what happened next, please follow this reporter's next story. This report introduces the mysterious legends of the waters of the Longing Temple. A strange case of missing transport once took place here. Okay. Clock on the wall. There is a western clock hanging in the wall. The time displayed is 9:30. It's getting late. Whoa, what's that noise? Sounds like a bell ringing in the engine room. Okay, let's go talk to the guy. Ucheman. Mr. Wu, there is something I would like to ask you. Oh, it's Mr. Shen, go ahead. When you mentioned the incident at the Longing Temple back then, I wonder... That incident was too uncanny, and now the ship is filled with mourning. It's much too grim. I just can't talk about it anymore. An incomplete set of margin cards. The only character card left is 9 of characters. Joseph Iscariot Bell is the new prosecutor of the Shanghai International Settlement. Mr. Joseph will assume office within this month. Miss Yinchu. Sorry, I just remembered there's something I need to do. Goodbye. Cookware. There's sweet potato congee emanating a pleasant smell stewing inside the pot. Mr. Shen, I'm preparing a midnight snack. You can come have a taste later. What have you prepared, Mr. Liangshin? Borscht, rosemary roast chicken, Welsh pudding paired with red Bordeaux. Oh, by the way, I heard you... What the fuck is this? I heard you've been to the UK. I was hoping at Stargazy pie. Guess it's some British stuff, I don't know. Perhaps it may trigger your nostalgia for those days and make you miss them like I do. You are too kind, Mr. Liangshin. However, I unintentionally overheard your brother asking about sacrificial offerings. Since there's chicken and fish for dinner, you don't need to worry about him. What's there to worry about? He can starve if he wants to. What is the reason behind your brother's unease toward these waters? This was where our family once lost everything when we were transporting a batch of silver. Demon was supposed to escort the goods with the ship, but luckily he was delayed. It's understandable that your brother still harbors concern from narrowly escaping death. I'm so sick of his bland and banal gibberish. Nowadays, physics is all the rage. Mr. Shen, having stayed abroad, I'm sure you understand how I feel, right? Let's do a save. We haven't saved since we got on boat. Joseph, will changing your route affect your appointments? It's my honor to be able to accompany you in bringing Brian back to his hometown. As the saying goes, falling leaves settle on their roots. May his soul rest in peace. Okay. Liangshin, the shipmaster's sweet potato congee ready? Is the congee ready? I'll deliver it to him. It's ready, come and get it. Don't be so slow. Hey, you. Did you go ask about what I instructed you to? What did the shipmaster say? The shipmaster said we don't have any firecrackers on board. Whoa, what do we do now? I bet you didn't explain the stakes at hand properly. Listen to me, just tell him that. Never mind, I'll deliver it myself. Master Wu, you're talking too fast, I can't remember everything. How about I accompany you where Shipmaster Low is? Fine then, give me a second to tell our fortune before we talk to him. Oh, the gods and deities, Wu Zeman begs you for spiritual divination, show me my destiny, my density. The trigrams indicate we'll be trapped in water. Terrible fortune awaits. It's hopeless. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Master Wu, just relax. Shipmaster Low has taken this route many times. With him at the helm, nothing can go wrong. Boom. What? What's going on?
看起来
It
像
appears
是
to
电
be
力
a
系统
power
故障。
system failure. No. It's the long king is coming.
小娥，
L.
餐厅中可有电箱？
Is there a circuit box in the dining hall?
有，
Yes.
在油画后面，
Behind the old
但这
painting.
里太
It's
黑
too
了，
dark.
不好找。
It's be hard to find. Few moments later.
沈大哥，电
Mr.
箱在
Shen,
这
the
里。
circuit box is here.
应该是保
It
险丝
appears
上。
a fuse has been blown.
那可麻
I
烦了。
know.
我
This
早上
morning
听
I
吴
heard
大哥
Liangshi
说，
said that he
他
just
刚把最后一
replaced
个
the
备用
last
坏掉。
spare.
中，
John, why
何
not
不
just
尝
try
试直
connect
接把
the
线路连接？
wires?
我试
Let
试
me。see.
沈大哥，要小心
Careful,
啊！
Mr. Shen.
把这些保险丝
Connect the
和
fuses
正负极
according
连
to
接起来，
positive and
气
negative
电线
poles
不能交
without
叉，
crossing them.
就能修好电
Then
箱
the
了。
circuit box will be repaired. Like this. Do I have like connect them to each other or no? Or is it like have to be like this? Okay, that doesn't seem to work. Wait, those okay, those are lit up. Okay.
电力恢复了。
The power has been restored. Thank you for your grace, Amitabha.
吴老爷，你不是应该感谢
Master
沈
Wu,
大哥吗？
shouldn't you be thanking Mr. Shen? Yes, of course. All is good. All is well.
我就说
I
不会有
told you
事的
nothing
吧。
could go wrong.
大家放心，
Not to
上
worry,
河号是
everyone.
最
The
最安全的船
Shanghe
了。
is the safest ship there is.
救命啊！
Help! What? What's going on? Nobody help!
好像是
That sounds like
远处
Yingchu.
上去看看。
Let's go up and take a look. Yingchu, are you alright?
银珠姑娘，
Yes,
发生什么事
Yingchu,
了？
what happened?
房间
Room, in the room.
儿子，
Yingchu, she's been. Oh my god. She's dead.
杀人了！
Murdered!
很
Oh!
遗憾，
I'm sorry,
她
she's
已
no
经
longer
没有
breathing.
呼吸，血液还没凝结。
Her blood
That's
has
the
yet to
one.
coagulate. She just passed away not too long ago.
小娥，
Ella,
这里发生了命案，
there has been a murder. Please guard the doors and do not let anyone else in.
好，
Oh,
好的。
okay. We gotta check on my son. Be right back.
你死的好惨呀！
Son woke up just in time for the murder. Yincho, you've died so tragically. Like, that was so silly. Like, died tragically. You didn't die, like, funnily or quickly or something. Who in the world? Who could do such a thing?
想要找出凶
To
手，
find the culprit,
就必须
an
进行现
on-site
场调查。
investigation must be conducted.
中，
John,
你能
can
配
you
合我一下？
cooperate with me?
求之不得。
Certainly. Kerosene lamp on the ground. There's an overturned kerosene lamp on the ground. The lampshade has already broken. The name Fu is written at the base of the lamp with a brush. Fu, okay, it's like luck. Two books, the Chinese Scientific Magazine at night and morning, are on the upper bunk. Bed appears to belong to Miss Yin Chu. There is a water pipe in the lower bunk. This is probably Madame Yin's bed. The corner of a book is poking out of under the pillow. It's an account book. It records in detail the various expenses of the Wu family. There's a closed suitcase placed horizontally by the bed. Half of Madame Yin's right sleeve is caught in the suitcase. Interesting. Wait, what are you doing? A post-mortem examination. The two of you are outsiders and men. How could you... I let you touch my sister-in-law's body. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Joseph is a prosecutor from Britain with great accomplishments in medicine. This examination will not harm her body, but instead help us understand the cause of death. You can't. It's improper for men and women to touch so casually. Just let Lin Chu do it on your behalf then. Hey, he did the same, like, tap with the cane as the coroner. Mr. Wu, it is obvious that your sister-in-law has been murdered. Unless you want the culprit to remain at large, please remain silent and stay out of the way. John, let's begin. I'm trying to censor my son. Like, it's not that graphic, but still. Candlestick. The murder weapon was a copper candlestick. The spikes completely penetrated the body. The drip pan on the candlestick is covering the bleeding from the wound. Therefore, the column has not been tainted with blood. Maxwell covering the wound, no blood in the candle's chest. She has no chest. There is a candlestick in her chest. There are no blood spurs nearby, but blood is oozing out. The atrium is impaled. Blood flows into the pericardium, resulting in a fatal blockage. The entire process happens extremely quickly. The deceased wouldn't even have time to scream. The murderer seems quite skillful to be able to kill someone with one blow with a candlestick. Fatal wound from a sharp instrument piercing the heart. I wonder if this was a self-report from Yingzhe, the other chick. The body is still warm to the touch and there are no signs of livor mortis, indicating she just passed away. What's this? There are some glass shards scattered around the feet of the deceased, one of which is a perfectly circular shape seeming out of place among the other fragments. Pikachu. Gave Pikachu to my son. Where could this have fallen from? Round piece of glass found near the body. Blood stains. There are several parallel blood stains on the ground near the left hand of the deceased. The blood stains spread in an outward direction and do not seem to be left by the deceased. Maybe there was a fight. Here. The face of the deceased is clean and the jade on her hairpin is sparkling under the light. This hairpin appears to be a collector's item. You know, what's what, huh? Yingzhe's hairpin can't be bought with money. Does this hairpin have a special origin? The silversmith who made it used to work in the palace. That craftsman is long lost now. Someone once owed us Woos a large sum of money, so Yingzhe and I went to collect the debt. Yingzhe immediately fell in love with this hairpin before I could even say anything. Okay. Feet fetish. The head of the deceased rests against the bed, yet her foot tilts unnaturally to one side. It's as if the murderer took her life, placed her body down and kicked her. Did they do so to vent anger? No, the murderer wouldn't have only kicked her once they struck her body out of frustration. Wouldn't have kicked her only once they struck her body out of frustration. There's probably another reason for this naturally inclined position. Is there something? Body. Did we? Okay. Stains. Others. Is there anything else here? Still something missing. Hair, chest, candlestick, body, blood stains, feet, other. Hands. I thought. Oh, okay. There's a gash on the outer side of the deceased's arm that was caused by a sharp object. See, it's not hands, it's arm. This is a defense wound. According to the location of the wound, it is likely that the deceased instinctively blocked the murderer's assault with her left arm. Lacerations from sharp object, defense wounds. Pierced through the heart by the spikes of candlestick. Defense wounds are present on the blah blah blah. Right. Gramophone. It's grandma, not gramophone. There's a wind-up gramophone, but it's slightly damaged. Oil is applied on this. If oil is applied on the spring, the sound produced should be improved. I wonder whether that somehow is relevant to the case. Well, it's there, so it has to be some. There's a woman's coat on a hanger. It appears to belong to Madame Yin. Cabinet is locked and cannot be opened. Magnets cause amateurs, many other strange objects can be seen placed inside. These are most likely not the belongings of Madame Yin and Miss Yangtze. Yes, there's a small mirror as well as some bottles and jars on the table. Top grade moisturizers and serums, these are all the expensive Watson brand cosmetics. Yincho, how could this happen? You were alive and just moments ago, but now you're gone. My condolences, Mr. Chairman. We have a few questions to ask about the temple. I heard your fear of these waters is due to you almost boarding a missing escort ship. Shh. Why is this being brought up again? Madame Yin was murdered when our ship was approaching the waters near the Long King Temple. Does this seem like a coincidence to you, Mr. Chairman? You should know these waters are evil. Evil, I tell you. Whether it's what happened today or back then, it's because we angered the Long King. If you could, Mr. Chairman, please tell me about what happened in the past. Father entrusted the Yangtze River Escort Agency to transport the silver to buy a tea shop. I was supposed to accompany the escort, but I suddenly fell ill. Thank goodness for that, otherwise I would have followed that ship into the stomach of the Long King. My condolences, blah blah blah. About Yinzhou. Mr. Chairman, has Madame Yin ever been unfriendly terms with anyone? Yinzhou had a knack for running the household. People were bound to be jealous, but I don't think anyone would harm Yinzhou because of that. Is there anyone on the ship that raises your suspicions, Mr. Chairman? They turned off all the lights like a snap, then killed someone with a candlestick. Something under the water must have possessed somebody. Please bless us, Bodhisattva, bless us. My condolences, blah blah blah, the blues. Earlier I heard you speaking with your sisters about the splitting of inheritance. You mean the tea business, the land and the house our father left behind? Could the death of Madame Yin be related to this? Hey, you don't think us Woos would kill Yinzhou just for some family property, do ya? Us Woos aren't heartless profit seekers.
贝先生，
Mr. Joseph, I've got the culprit. That's the boy sleeping on the bunk above me.
凶手就是他。
Miss Afu is the culprit.
我见到他神色慌张的
I
从
saw
二
him
房间
running
走上来
out from Yinzhou's room in a hurry.
追过去
When I
看，
caught up to him, I noticed he had blood all over his hands.
就把他扭
That's
动
why
了
I。seized him and brought him here. See, I told you that Afu was the killer, that, something.
说，
Tell us, did you kill her or not?
不说话。
If you won't talk, that means you admit it. Throw him into the river as an offering to Long King.
具体怎么处置？
Ship Master Law will decide how to deal with him.
2000。
Yangtze, you should find a rope and tie his murderer up.
等一下，
Wait a moment.
这个少年
This
应该
young
不
man
是
is
杀
most
害
likely
殷
not
夫
the
人的
murderer
凶
of
手
Madame Yin.
啊，他不是
He's
凶手。
not the murderer.
你这个
You
洋
better
人，
take responsibility for what you say, you foreigner.
这个小滑
Just
头。
look at the face of this slippery fellow. It's obvious he's a crafty old devil.
贝先生，
He's not very old.
阿福的手上
Mr.
明明都是
Joseph,
血，
Afu's hands are covered in
为何
blood.
说
Why
他不
would
是
you
凶
say
手？
that he's not the murderer? Because the blood is quite old.
正，
John, Afu's
阿福
possibility
是
of
凶手
being
的
the
可
murderer
能
is
性
next to
微乎
nothing.
其微。
I believe you
原
know
因想必
why.
你也发现了吧？可我还
I
没
have
能看
not
到
yet
全
been
部的
able
真
to
相。
see the entire truth.
不用谦
Don't be
虚，
modest. You already have
Need
an
a
answer
shimmy.
in your heart.
我尽力。
I shall try my best. truth behind the murder
阿
of
福面色
Madame
惨白，手上还
His
沾了
pale
血，
face and bloodied
看起来
hands.
确实像凶手。
Afu does appear to be the murderer.
但事实上，
But in fact,
案
there's
发
a
现场
crucial detail at the
有一处
crime
关
scene
键的
that
细节，
contradicts this
与这
deduction.
一
This blood? Bloodstains on the chest. The victim was impaled by a candlestick. So nothing. Okay, let's see what. Ah, the other bloodstains. Like they might be from the killer. Maybe this.
如果
If
阿福
Afu
控了死者
unintentionally
的左
touched her
臂，
left arm, his
手上一样会
hands
沾
would
上
also
血
be
迹。
stained with blood.
地上的血
It's
迹
likely he was the one who left the bloodstains on the ground.
中，
John, the possibility you speak as is valid, however, it cannot be proved that Afu isn't the murderer.
容我
Allow me to reconsider. Ah. God damn it. Bloodstains on the chest.
阿福只要
If
在
Afu
不知情的情
unintentionally
况下，
touched the deceased's
触碰到
chest,
死
his
者胸
hands
口
would be stained with blood.
什么？
What? He touched Yincho's chest? Good grief, you perverted brat.
这要是
If word gets out, Yincho's reputation will be ruined and Wu's will be disgraced. I won't let you get away with
安
silence. John, this hypothesis lacks factual support, cannot prove that Afu isn't the murderer.
其实还有
I hate this that I cannot save in these parts. I have no idea. Candlestick. No blood was found on the column. The evidence that proves Afu is not the murderer is the candlestick penetrated
沈
by
先
it.
生，
Mr. Shen, isn't this candlestick the murder weapon?
怎么反而
How
能
does
证
it
明
prove that
阿
Afu
福
isn't the
不是
murderer?
若要将烛台上的尖
Yes, the
钉
spikes
进入
under
人
the
的体
body,
内，
the murderer's hand
凶
must
手的
grip
手
the
必
candlestick,
须握住
correct?
台上。嗯，
Yeah, you apply force.
既然阿福行凶时握
See,
着，
I'm gonna go back. The game is trying to screw with me, so let's see how long.
但事实上，案发现场有一处
Candlestick.
能证明阿福
Yeah,
不是
yeah,
凶
so
手的证
it's
据。
the candlestick.
沈先生，
Mr. Shane, isn't the candlestick the murder weapon? How does it prove Afu isn't the murderer? Yes, probably. So it has to grip the candlestick. Yeah, to apply force.
既然阿福
If
行
Afu
凶
was
时握
gripping
着
the
台上，
candlestick when he committed murder,
那为什么阿福的
why
右手
is
上满是血
Afu's
迹？
right palm stained with blood yet the candlestick is clean?
也
What if he cleaned the bloodstains of the candlestick?
良心，
Liangshin, if Afu cleaned the candlestick, he would have cleaned his hands as well. Could it be that the candlestick moved on its own and killed her?
死者是被
The
细
deceased
长
was
的利
killed
器
by a
插
long
入心
and
脏
thin
杀害
weapon penetrating her heart.
在这种情
Under
况
these
下，
circumstances,
血液
blood
不
does
会
not
喷
spray
射出
but
来，而是
oozes
会伤口
instead
渗
and
透
is absorbed by the clothing.
况且，
Moreover, with the wax bowl as the barrier,
凶手
the
可以
murderer
做到
could
手不沾血。
keep blood off her hands.
刚才停过
The
电，
power went out earlier. If it happened when Afu was committing the crime,
慌乱之下，
is it possible he touched the blood on Yinzhou amidst the panic?
成。
John, Liangshin has proposed a decent hypothesis.
那么，
So, did Afu enter the crime scene before the
就
power
已经进入
outage?
案发现场了呢？
Now I have to be ready to save because the game might be an a-hole and throw a curveball or fastball or whatever. This one. So did Afu enter the crime scene before the outage?
我
John, I would like to hear your answer. The evidence that can specify the time is right in front of our eyes.
就在大家眼前。
Is the clock? No. The clock was in the... Is it the lantern? But how is it? Ah, is this from his glasses? Circular piece. Due to the power outage, Afu dropped something, leaving those glass shards on the ground.
因此，
Therefore, Afu entered the crime scene after the power outage.
这
John, you're already close to the truth. You just need to connect Afu to the
我
evidence.
再想想
I。shall reconsider. Then is it the kerosene lamp?
能表明阿福进入现场时的。
So annoying. Like I had to choose the freaking lamp, not the glass shards. This is like nitpicky BS in my opinion, especially since, you know,
阿福是不是
takes
在
one
前
hit
面
point away from you. I don't like it. Because if it's close enough, the game shouldn't punish you for it to say like, no, not quite, but it's
能表
you
明阿
know,
福进入现场时间的，
good guess, or like, you know, it's very close, but not close enough. This broken kerosene lamp can indicate the time Afu entered the crime scene.
停电，
Kerosene lamp was needed precisely because of the power outage,
也就是说，
which means that Afu entered the crime scene after the power outage.
要是阿福
If Afu entered the room after the power went out,
当时
the time he held the lamp in his right hand and his left was stuck in this strange device,
那确实不太方
then
便
it wouldn't be easy for him to get a candlestick and commit murder. If it wasn't Afu, why are his hands covered in blood, huh? And again, as a man, what was he doing running into a woman's room?
面色苍
Pale
白，
face, trembling
浑身
body,
颤
sweating profusely, these are all typical symptoms of fear.
各位，
I'm afraid Afu has been rendered speechless due to vasovagal syncope.
至于他
As
手
for
上
the
沾
reason
血
why
的
he
原因，
has
因
bloodstained
此人已
hands,
经告诉我们了。
Madame Yin has already told us. It's gonna ask us to do something again, right? I like this, I mean dislike this Joseph already. He's doing a-holy tasks. Yin Joe?
正，
John,
我
well
们
done.
由你来提
Don't
示一
give
下无
Mr.
形
Wu
审
a
判。
hint. What caused the blood on Afu's hands? The glass shards? But they don't, there's no blood here. Yes, blood is here.
阿福的眼镜
One of the
少了一
lenses
块镜
missing
片，
from Afu's glasses landed next to Madame Yin.
恰如其
That's
分
an
地
answer right as rain.
根据殷夫
Based on
人的
Madame
尸体
Yin's
所
strange
呈现
posture
的
and the
怪异
location of the lamp
在
as
结
well
合
as the
地上，
lens,
同时考虑到苍白
considering the
显
position
臭
of
与他
possible
们
light
间的位置
sources
关系，
inside the cabin after
依据
power
此
outage,
不难推测出阿福
Afu's
的行为。
experience can be easily inferred.
进入房间后，他不
After
是对
entering
地
the
上
room,
的
he
尸体绊
accidentally
倒，
tripped over the body on the ground,
打碎了煤油
thus
灯，
breaking the
摔
kerosene
坏了
lamp
眼
and his
镜。
glasses.
当他蹲下，
And
在
crouching
黑暗
down
中
to
寻
look
找
for his
金币时，
glasses, he touched
他不
blood
小
on
心
the
落到了
deceased's
死者衣
clothes.
而鲜血
Blood then
诱
triggered
发了他的恐惧
his
症。
phobia.
魏先生的意思
Mr.
是，
Joseph, so you're saying Afu only discovered the body and the culprit?
凶手另有其人。
Afu only discovered the body and the culprit is someone else.
不错，
That's right. No, it wasn't a person. It was Lone King.
烛台，是自己飞过去的。
The candlestick moved on its own. The Lone King is after our lives.
德满兄多
Mr.
虑，
Teman, your concern is misplaced.
在尸体
An
附近存在一
unreasonable
个不
detail
合理
near
之
the
处，
body indicates someone
能表明除
besides
阿福之
Afu
外，
entered the
还有
crime.
其他人进。
So,
现场
Found the evidence suggesting someone else entered the room after the murder. Is it the feet? Because if Afu tripped on her, that's why the feet are like this. This piece of evidence can prove that someone else entered the room after. The position of the deceased foot is unnatural, which means somebody moved the body. John, don't forget, Afu once tripped over the body. Well, yeah, isn't that what I mean? Screw you, stupid game. Does it even let me load? So, wait. So someone else. Okay, that's nice. My mistake. So someone else entered the room after. Or does it mean someone else than Afu or someone else than the killer? Like, please make it clear for me. The lamp. But the blood stains. It's not the lamp again, right? Yeah, screw you. But it's like the lamp, the presence of the lamp is evidence that, you know, it was dark when Afu entered the room. So that's evidence of that. Like, I guess they want some other evidence, but it's not. I don't know. Is it the suitcase? I don't really understand how. Unreasonable detail at the crime scene is this suitcase. Okay. I'm starting to dislike these puzzles. They're too, like, I don't know. It's like, feels too much like school or something. Like, you know, it's unclear questions of what do they want from me, sort of kind of stuff. The suitcase caught Madame Yin's sleeve. This means after Madame Yin was stabbed and collapsed, someone closed the suitcase. How does that follow? I call BS. What do you mean? Suitcase is placed right next to Madame Yin, whoever closed it must have noticed the body. I sort of assumed that it was open when she was stabbed, but because, like, you know, maybe when her body slumped down, she, you know, sort of knocked the suitcase and then the lid fell on her sleeve. That could have happened, right? This person is not Afu, otherwise he would not have tripped. Also not Madame Yin, or else there would be blood stains on the suitcase. Why? I don't get it. Like, there's no blood splatter this way anyways, right? Is there blood, like, spots underneath the suitcase? I don't really follow. Remaining calm after discovering the body must be the murderer. But why would the murderer deliberately close the suitcase after committing the crime? I guess he took something from the suitcase. Amy opened the suitcase to investigate. No, you can't. You mustn't open it. Who knows what Yin Zhou stashed away in that suitcase? What if it will bring misfortune upon us as well? Mr. Joseph, Mr. Shen, I don't mind this old fogey. Don't mind this old fogey. Investigations are more important. Open it. Few clothes, box of jewelry, purse, and some cards in the suitcase. There's also an indentation here. Something seems to have been taken. Could there be pirates on the ship? It's probably gonna be some annoying puzzle again. This one. The valuables inside the suitcase are still present. It was not the doing of pirates. John, when we investigated the room earlier, did you see anything of the same shape? The perfume bottle on the table has the same shape as the indentation. The fragrance of the deceased suggests that this may have not been the doings of the murderer. Therefore, what's even more noteworthy is this mahjong card. Does it have blood? The card found in Madame's crime scene shows 8 of characters. 8 of characters. We were missing 8 mahjong cards earlier. What is the 8th character doing here? She stole them, of course. That Yingzhou, she can't even play mahjong without cheating. No, wait. The suitcase isn't Yingzhou's. It looks like Yingzhu's. The clothes in the suitcase and the perfume on the table all belong to Yingzhu. Yingzhu? Elle, could you ask Miss Yingzhu to come inside for a moment?
贝先生，
Mr. Joseph, I think Yingzhu was upset by what she saw. She doesn't look good.
要不要让她先休
Shall
息
we
一
let
下？
her get some rest first? Of course. Afu needs rest as well. We can question them later.
哦，好。
Okay, but this room. Yingzhu and Afu can rest in Teman's room since he'll be worshipping the Long King. Wait, we haven't resolved the issue of sacrificial offerings yet. Mr. Joseph, what should we do with Madame Yin? It's best we preserve the body at the lowest temperature so we can conduct a follow-up autopsy. The lowest temperature? Is the crew cabin okay? Great suggestion. Shen Chumping and Elle have placed the body in the crew cabin. Thank you for your help, Elle, or I would have dropped Madame Yin while going down the stairs. There's no need for that, Mr. Shen. I only did what I should. Besides, Madame Yin barely weighs anything. It was effortless. Where are you off to investigate next, Mr. Shen? I'll lead the way. I appreciate it, Elle. Maybe he's the killer. He seems too, I don't know, calm and kind and helpful. Maybe I should go cook though and end the stream here. Would have been nice to be able to solve 2 cases at once, like one stream, but I guess that's not gonna happen today. But it is Friday the 13th, so it's good that there was another murder. Otherwise, it would have been really disappointing. At least we got some more blood. But anyway, I am Adventure Argonaut. I thank you for watching. Bye bye, and remember to wear a hockey mask if you murder somebody today. Bye bye.